the most impossible stand of World War II, September 1944. 6 British soldiers stood alone at a bridge in the Netherlands, facing thousands of German troops and refusing to retreat. It was part of one of the boldest Allied operations of World War II, Operation Market Garden. The plan was simple in theory: seize key bridges across the Netherlands and open a direct route into Germany. But reality would prove far more brutal. At the center of this mission stood the city of Arnhem. And at Arnhem, one bridge mattered above all: the Rhine Bridge. British airborne troops from the 1st Airborne Division were dropped behind enemy lines. Their objective: capture and hold the bridge until ground forces arrived. But things went wrong, fast. Radio failures, scattered landings, unexpected German armored divisions nearby. Only a small force, around 700 men, actually reached the bridge. They were led by Lieutenant Colonel John Frost. And within that force, a tiny group of just 6 men would become legend. The stand by September 18, 1944, German forces began to surround the bridge, not just infantry, but elements of the 9th SS Panzer Division Hohenstaufen. Tanks, artillery, machine guns. Against them, lightly armed British paratroopers. Among them, a small group held a critical defensive position at the northern end of the bridge. They had Bren light machine guns, Piat anti-tank weapons, limited ammunition, no reinforcements, and still they held. German troops attacked relentlessly, street by street, house by house. The British defenders used every advantage, firing from windows and rubble, ambushing advancing troops, targeting German vehicles with Piat launchers. At one point, German tanks rolled directly toward their position. The response? Point-blank anti-tank fire. One tank was disabled, others hesitated, but the Germans kept coming. By September 20th, the situation had become desperate. No food. Almost no ammunition, wounded everywhere. The bridge defenders were completely surrounded. German artillery set buildings on fire. Smoke filled the streets. The wounded burned where they lay. And still, they did not surrender. The 6 soldiers, part of the last defensive pockets, continued fighting even as positions collapsed around them. Their resistance wasn't just tactical, it was symbolic. Every hour they held the bridge delayed German reinforcements. Every shot bought time for the Allied advance. But help never came. Ground forces were delayed. The operation was failing. By September 21st, the surviving defenders were overwhelmed. Many were killed. Others, including survivors from Frost's force, were captured. Battle of Arnhem ended in defeat for the Allies. Operation Market Garden failed. The bridge was never fully secured, and the war would continue for months longer. But what happened at Arnhem became one of the most powerful stories of courage in World War II. 6 soldiers. 1 bridge. An entire division held back. If only for a moment, they didn't win the battle. But they proved something greater. Even in defeat, courage can outlast victory.